Okay, I started this once and the game computer crashed on me again. The computer, not the game. It wasn't AA's fault. It was my fault, or my computer's fault. Anyways, um, I'm going to speak quickly because I don't even remember what all I'd said and hadn't said. So, and what I was saying. UK's one. They bought two fighters, two archers, and infantry. They did not build an Atlantic fleet. Um, Combats. They took out the German battleship, lost their bomber in doing so. They lost a destroyer up here. Everything else went pretty smooth. They took their infantry out of Burma, which is a nice thing to me because that gives me a one less fighter I need to use, so I can just kill this transport nice and easily. Everything else was fairly standard, I think. He used the carrier cruiser to go to 61. Um, this fighter landed up here because it went through Sea Zone 7 to hit my cruiser. So the big thing that this tells me, oh, he did put one infantry down here in Egypt, so that's one thing that's a little bit unique. A lot of people just blitz and hold him back. He went ahead and put the guy in there. But anyways, what this tells me here, I would have dropped an Atlantic fleet. I wouldn't have been afraid to drop an Atlantic fleet, even with 6 people here. He would have had 5, sitting there. Um, I would have dropped it. This tells me he's a little on the conservative side at least, and so at least with his Atlantic fleet. So I'm gonna make it as hard as I can on him, on his fleet movements, because this is just kind of tells me, hey, he's gonna be a little more careful with his fleets. So Germany, we're gonna really push the whole prevent the Atlantic landing for as long as possible line, and go that route. So what goes hand in hand with that is going ahead and taking out the carrier. So I am going to go ahead and do a Pearl this turn, is what that basically comes down to. I was thinking about trying to do the 3 transport, 2 infantry build to save enough to be able to build 3 bombers J2 for the J3 pressure on India. Except for the fact that when they don't drop a fleet on UK1 or UK2, then that means they're pumping extra fighters in that can all reach India UK3, and that makes the J3 really hard to happen unless they really goof some other things up, especially since he had the 8 infantry survive here. So J3 is really probably off the table. So I went ahead and went back to my typical 1 infantry, 1 tank. I like having that tank mobility on the mainland as quickly as possible. But that being said, I do want to take out Pearl. And all I care about is the carrier. I don't really care about winning this battle so much as taking out the carrier. So, we're going to do the 4 version Pearl. 4 unit version. And see how we do there, I think. Go ahead and do the 3 here. So we got our battleship. We got our destroyer. La da 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 da. I do want to do that. For taking that out, I don't really have to worry about protecting Sea Zone 60 or dead zoning 45. So we can go ahead and, oh, I can't, yeah, I can pull the carrier back, that's right. So what's that got me going here? Battleship, destroyer, carrier. So far we got 4 units going here. So the question is, do I let the carrier fighter sit by itself where he can have one fighter attack it? This fighter can't go 1, 2. Oh wait, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just kidding. So I think we'll leave the battleship. I either need to leave the fighter, so I got the carrier with 2 fighters, or send the battleship over there as well. Also, obviously I'd add fighter before destroyer. This fighter can go. Why am I counting his bomber, my own bomber? I almost counted my own bomber to attack me. Wow. We don't have to worry about the German bomber attacking, but we do have these 2 fighters that can reach C zone 32. So I either need 2 fighters or the battleship. More about what do we want to leave over here, right? I think either I can send the fighter to add into the battle here, or I can send the battleship to add into the battle here. Eeny, miny, mo. I think we'll go ahead and do this. That. I feel like I'm forgetting something here if I have my loaded carrier over here. It's been a while since I've seen this set up. So 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. He can't reach me. There is no bombers. No US can reach me. 1, 2, 3. I guess technically he could follow that with a Russian fighter, but why would he do that? Alright, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna let this fighter come on over here as well. Gee. That's why we sent 2 battleships. Let's get 2 hits first round of roll. Make me feel good about my decision not to send another fighter here. There we go. Nice. Alright, here we go. Let's get that carrier. There we go. Oh, I can't take my... Oh, it's gonna let me take my sub? Oh, he had a destroyer. Ha. But do I want to take my destroyer? Or my sub? Do I want to take the cruiser instead? Keep my sub alive? Nah, we want to lose the sub. Yeah. I preferred not to have lost him, but oh well. I'll take an only 1 hit in there. That's a... That's one I normally see at least 2 hits in, so I'm happy to go with 1 hit in there. Alright. We do need to set fighters before carrier. Make sure that's what we got going on here. Go ahead and set this to my usual. Alright, I think that's everything there. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I'm already kind of feeling rusty on my Axis play here. I've been playing too much allies recently. And, oh, I don't like the situation that Europe's in here. Part of this is feeling the fact that he only had 1 infantry die on West Russia on R1, right? So he had a lot of Russian infantry, and so now I'm feeling it on this turn, and what do I do here? Originally I was hoping to be able to play with him and his purchases and his fleets, but I don't even think that's going to really be an option. I think I can make him choose between sitting in the Mediterranean or an Atlantic fleet and prevent him from being able to do both this turn, most likely. But that may be just about it. I mean, we'll harass him a little bit. I'm going to do something I've never done before just because I've always wanted to do it. That's going to be buy a second bomber for Germany. It's not normally my style. I don't know. I just kind of want to play it. I just want to do it. I want to see it. But yeah, so this is a little bit tough because I really want to keep my planes over here on the Northwest Europe side here to be able to threaten Sea Zone 3, 6, 7, 8, and 13. I want to be able to be threatening all these sea zones to limit his movement some. But when he's got 3 and 2 living here, that makes it a bit more tough. I've grown to, if I take Karelia, or stack Karelia, I'm not as concerned if I don't take Ukraine, although I really would prefer to, obviously. But even stacking Karelia it's a bit thin. So I'm gonna rely on dice luck a little bit here. I'm gonna play this probably how I shouldn't play it. I really should. You know, my instinct is buy a couple tanks instead of buying a bomber. That way I can just make sure I get it on round 3 at least. But we're not. Our plan right now is buying 10 infantry and a bomber. So that uses up 11 of my 13 spots. When really I could have done, at the very much, 12 infantry and a tank. And used up all 13 spots and had a tank in there. But, so is life, I guess, right? Yeah, let's just do it. I just want to have fun with it. I got too many games going right now that all look the same. I'm definitely playing way too many games at the moment. So we're going to be a little bit on the risque side. And so we're just going to hold my tanks back and these 4 infantry, and we can either move them into Belarusia and the AA or to Karelia, depending on how everything pans out here. Oh yeah, this guy. Do we want to just go ahead? I kind of want to just go ahead and just stick all my units in Africa and they're in Egypt and just make the most of it. Absorb up some of his UK units. Yeah, let's just... What if we don't send the tank, though? What if we hold back on the tank? Have 3 live. Let's just go. I've been thinking too much. Too many games going. I don't want to think too hard on this game. This may not be a very good... I'm just going to be honest. This is not a good representation of me playing Axis well. This is me just playing Axis for fun. My next Axis video, I'm going to have to focus a little bit better on what I'm doing here. Oh, well, that's not the way to go. Okay. Not good. I give up. I give up. Okay. Well, that makes everything not happy. Oh, come on. Please. Save me. What's with the fighter? I wasted the fighter on this. I could get the fighter out of the whole battle. Alright, I need to take this with no hits. Whiff! Ah, rats. I'm in a tough bind now. Well, I'm going to give him a 50-50 on Karelia. So yeah, so this is me decidedly not playing well. We got moving into here. I've lost track now. At least we took Egypt well. I didn't even remember that battle. I was so frustrated with what the hell happened up here. Sigh, sigh, sigh. I really need to slow down and think more on this, but we're not going to. We're just going to move on. I promise my next Axis game I'm going to sit and think more on and not rush like I am. Any bomber, anything that can reach me? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Transport, no bomber. Where's the bomb? Where's his bombers at? He's gonna have a bomber. There's one bomber's way over there. UK bombers living. Seen a UK bomber, so there's nothing that I can. Just want to make sure that putting my bomber by itself here is a safe play, basically. Three, 4, da 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 da. Looks like I should be right. Alright, there we go. Hopefully we can pull back out of this.